Welcome to Module 1, Part 3. I'm Anna F., your tutor. Now let's get started. Today we're tackling something which is huge in my opinion, and that's patriarchy. It has been a fundamental part of human societies for centuries, shaping everything from gender roles to power structures. But where did it come from? How did it become so deeply embedded in our world? And most importantly, how does it still affect us today? So let's break it down. For a long time, history has been written predominantly by men, especially in the 19th and early 20th centuries, and often through a lens that reinforced existing power structures. But modern research is challenging these long-held assumptions, for example, about the origins of patriarchy. I'm talking about this traditional narrative that tells us that patriarchy goes all the way back to ancient civilizations where men hunted and gathered while women stayed behind to care for children and handle domestic work. So newer findings suggest that early hunter-gatherer societies were far more egalitarian than we once thought. Women were not just passive gatherers, they actively participated in hunting and had significant roles in decision-making. And in many ancient cultures, women held power in religious and social structures. But these histories were often erased or minimized over time. And patriarchy isn't the only model of social organization. Throughout history, there have been matriarchal and matrilineal societies that functioned very differently. Take the Minoan Crete, for example, an advanced Bronze Age civilization where women held high social status and played central roles in religion and governance. Archaeological evidence suggests that Minoan society was far more balanced in terms of gender roles compared to many of its contemporaries. Similarly, the Mosuo people of China practiced a matrilineal system where lineage is traced through the mother, and so women held significant economic and social power. And these examples remind us that patriarchy is common, but it's not inevitable. Other ways of structuring societies have existed, and to be honest, still do. However, it was patriarchy that became institutionalized. What am I talking about? Legal and religious structures reinforced male dominance. Think of the Code of Hammurabi, for example, in ancient Mesopotamia, which literally wrote male authority into law. And then ancient Greece, women weren't even considered citizens. So politics, decision-making, public life, that was all off limits. And then religion came into play, right? Monotheistic religions like Christianity, Judaism, and Islam reinforced patriarchal norms through texts and doctrines. And the story of Adam and Eve, for example. Now, this has been used for centuries to justify male dominance and female subordination. These religious teachings became tools to keep patriarchy in place across different cultures and historical periods. Fast forward to the medieval era, and patriarchy then gets even stronger. Feudalism created strict social hierarchies where men, lords, knights, rulers, held power, while women were expected to be obedient wives and mothers. And then the Catholic Church also reinforced these ideas, teaching that women should be submissive and obedient to men. And legal structures, like, for example, coverture in English common law, made it so women had no legal identity outside their husbands. And then when capitalism came and this sort of rise of nation states, you'd think that would kind of shake things up a bit, but no, men still dominated politics and economics. Even during the Enlightenment, when people were all about freedom and equality, those ideas didn't really include women. Patriarchy stayed firmly in place. And now let's talk about gender roles, because this is where I think patriarchy hits home for all of us. Over centuries, society decided that men should be assertive, dominant providers, while women should be nurturing, submissive caretakers. And these stereotypes seeped into every part of life, into family dynamics, workplaces, leadership roles, you name it. They created a world where men still hold the majority of power, while women have to fight for equality in almost every area. And let's not forget the darker side, gender-based violence and discrimination. Patriarchy isn't just about who gets the better job, who gets the better money. It's about who's actually safe and who has rights and who gets a voice. Women and marginalized groups face systemic barriers that reinforce their lower status, and dismantling these structures is a long, ongoing fight. So, what's the takeaway? Patriarchy has been shaping our world for thousands of years. It is deeply rooted in history, law, religion, and culture. But that doesn't mean that it is unchangeable. Understanding where it comes from helps us see how it operates today and gives us the power to challenge it. And crucially, we need to remember that other models of social organization have existed, proving that patriarchy is not the only way society can function. This lesson was possible thanks to AI Tutor, a fantastic tool that helps educators and those who are studying do so with ease and grace worldwide. Check it out if you haven't yet. What have we learned in this lesson? We traced the origins of patriarchy, its development across different historical periods, and how it continues to shape gender roles and power dynamics today. And the next step, well, in Module 1, Part 4, we're going to explore how capitalism and patriarchy intersect, reinforcing each other at every step. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Where do you see patriarchal systems at play in your own life? What changes would you like to see? Let's keep the conversation going, and I'm going to see you in the next video.